Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Melonare SD-2-1r wireless in-ear monitor system. Some of the key features of the Melonare SD-2-1r is it allows you to experience true stereo sound. This wireless in-ear monitor system features an advanced auto-scan function with up to 50 selectable UHF frequencies. The IEM system ensures reliable multi-set operation. The IR Sync feature simplifies the pairing process, providing a fast and hassle-free setup, which I'll show you today. Enjoy flexible control with the adjustable RF power on the wireless IEM system, allowing you to adapt to varying environments. This system delivers high-quality, clean sound with the integrated 12 decibel pad switch, preventing input overload and ensuring distortion-free audio. With an advanced UHF chip design and analog circuitry, the SD2 provides up to 160 feet of interference-free range. It maintains a stable signal even in crowded environments and supports up to 4 simultaneous systems. Unboxing the system, you see it comes with an instruction manual. This is the IEM wireless transmitter. My initial reaction is that it looks nice and it feels professionally built. It has a couple knobs on the front and a headphone jack. And on the back, moving from left to right, are a power jack, an adapter cord tie-off for cable management, a pair of audio input jacks, XLR and stereo, to connect to the mixer outputs or other audio sources for monitoring by the performers, a pad switch to adjust the output gain, and an antenna jack for connecting the detachable antenna, which will transmit signals to the body pack receivers. This is the body pack receiver, which you can clip on to your clothing and then plug in your in-ear monitors to this. It also has 2 knobs on top, one of them to control the volume and one to adjust the panning from left to right. This is the metal rack mounting kit. So if you have a rack system, you can mount it in there and it feels solid. A power supply, which is going to power the in-ear monitor transmitter. 2 AA batteries to power the body pack receiver. The antenna that plugs into the transmitter. An extension cable for the antenna, a set of rubber feet for the monitor transmitter, a couple plastic hole plugs, a 1/4 to 1/8 inch headphone adapter, and a set of screws to mount it in the rack. So I see it comes with options to either mount it in a rack or set it on top of your equipment. And of course, the headphones themselves for the monitor system. And they come with a few different changeable rubber ear adapters to fit different ear shapes. Now let's set this thing up. We'll start out by putting the batteries into the receiver. And since I won't be rack mounting it, I'm just going to be setting it on top of some other equipment. I'll install the rubber feet. Now we're ready to set this thing up and test it out. Here you can see everything kind of laid out that comes with the kit. Now to power up the transmitter, we're going to plug in the AC adapter and we'll attach the antenna so it can transmit to the receiver. From the factory, the receiver and the transmitter were both set to the same frequency, 924.300. For testing purposes, I purposely set it to a different channel and resynced them because I wanted to see how easy this was to sync. After holding the set button, it scans and it reset to 916.300. And again, I pressed and held the set button, it scanned, and when the units are close to each other, they'll automatically sync together. If you have trouble syncing them, you can actually manually dial in the frequency also by pressing the scan button and then using the up and down arrows to dial in the frequency you want. It needs to match the receiver. And now they're synced together. There are 2 ways that you can connect your inputs, and that's either by using XLR cables, and you can run those over to your mixer board or your audio source, or like I preferred to do, I ran a set of TS 1/4 inch cables, just standard mono cables. This made it a little simpler to attach to my headphone amplifier, which is where I'm getting my input signal for the transmitter. And you can see the unit's now getting an input sound. The meters are jumping and moving around as the audio is jumping up and down in volume. There's a headphone jack on the front of the unit, which has a lot of different practical uses. While you're setting up your unit in the live environment, you can use this to test the connections. If you have an engineer who runs your equipment for you, they can monitor everything from backstage. You can send this into a computer or a recording device to do some recording. Or if you're just going to have this set on your desktop like I do, you can use it to listen through standard headphones. Pressing the set button will let you toggle through a few different features, like the RF high versus RF low setting. High mode is used for longer operation distance and crowded RF environment, while low is used for smaller venues. This is the lock indicator, and it indicates whether the device settings are locked or unlocked. Since I'm just using this at home, I'll leave it unlocked. But if I were to be using it on stage or traveling with the unit, I would probably lock the settings. I just finished testing these in-ear monitors out, and I was walking all over my backyard, all over my house, and they sounded great. Crystal clear quality, no cutouts, exactly what you'd expect from a good in-ear monitor system. In case you're wondering, you can plug in whatever headphones you want, so you don't have to use the ones it came with. These are my favorite headphones. I use these for everything, and they plug right in here. Sounded amazing. Didn't even sound like there was a wireless connection involved. It sounded like I was plugged directly into the unit. So it gets an A+ in my opinion for that. There's a lot of different practical uses for in-ear monitors. If you want to do karaoke and you don't have a monitor system or speakers set up, you plug this in and you'll always be able to hear yourself crystal clear with the music you're singing to. You could also use it how I use it, which is just in the home studio here. I have it set up so my Axe-FX guitar processor and my computer are hooked into one audio source, and now I can hear everything wirelessly through here. A lot of times when I play guitar, I don't want to be jamming out super loud. I want to play through headphones with an audio source, backing track of some sort. And this let me do that. And like I said, with really good, clear audio and zero latency. Latency is when there's a delay, like from wireless units. Some cheaper wireless units will have a delay between the source being sent and you receiving it. And sometimes it's only a millisecond or a couple milliseconds, but that is a huge amount of time when you're playing along with the backing track or trying to record something. You can't really have latency. And same with the live performance setting. The main reason these things were probably invented, I'm guessing, were for live performers. Most of the time, singers will at least want to have an in-ear monitor system because the monitors up on stage, sometimes they're not loud enough or they just don't sound good. The acoustics in the room might not be very good. And you want everybody playing on the exact same time. So Bluetooth headphones don't really work for that. I was kind of wondering, why wouldn't people use Bluetooth headphones? But they have latency. They have a lot of latency. And if you're trying to play along to something in your ear and it's coming in a few milliseconds away from when you're actually singing, it's not going to work. So these things give you perfect sound and no latency, no delay. Very impressive, very cool. I highly recommend this to anybody who plays live. There's nothing worse than struggling to hear yourself live or having to stick right by the monitor because that's the only place you can hear your instrument or your voice. This unit offers a very simple way to get crystal clear sound without having to deal with the monitors, dealing with feedback from the monitors from standing too close to them. You could have no monitors on stage, which is awesome, and just have in-ear monitors set up so that you could hear crystal clear sound directly into your ears. Another issue with Bluetooth is that Bluetooth only goes about 30 feet, but really if there's obstacles or interference, a lot of times it'll cut out around like 10, 12, 15 feet. This goes 160 feet, meaning you could walk all over stage, walk backstage, go to the restroom, whatever you need to do, and this signal is going to follow you, it's going to find you and keep you locked in. Melonare knocked it out of the park with this unit, and I highly recommend you go check it out and get yourself one. I'll have links in the description if you want to pick up one of these units. All their information is going to be down in the description of this video. So I'll recap a couple of the key features of this system, and that is you're going to get a true stereo crystal clear sound directly into your ears. This in-ear monitor system has an auto scan feature with up to 50 UHF frequencies, which is huge. So no matter where you're at, you're going to find one that sounds crystal clear and beautiful. The infrared sync feature makes setup hassle-free and very quick and easy, as you saw earlier in this video. You can adapt to different environments using the different RF settings. It's got a 12 decibel boost, so no matter where you're at and how loud it is on stage, you're going to be able to get this thing sounding crystal clear and loud. And the range on this system is incredible at 160 feet, and you could have 4 systems synced together, so everybody can be on the same page hearing the same audio. If you're in the market for an in-ear monitor system, or you're looking for a solution and need some wireless headphones in your studio, I highly recommend the Melonare SD-2-1r system. The sound is crystal clear and the performance was perfect. Check them out. Links are down in the description to go pick yourself up one today.